In this video, we learn the fastest way to turn your website data into a vector database with no code. Before we get into the actual process, let us talk about some basics. So why is vector data increasingly becoming the table stakes? So let's first talk about the limitations of keyword-based search or retrieval. So keyword-based search matches exact words, not the meaning or the semantic meaning as it is called. It fails with synonyms of varied phrasing. Say, how do I contact is not equal to support number when you use keyword-based search. It is rigid, struggles with long, messy or natural language queries. Now, what is vector data? So, vector data is basically the representation of text as numerical arrays or what is called embedding that captures its semantic meaning. So, let me show you an example which makes it very easy to visualize what vector data really is. So, here is the original text. So, now when it is vectorized or converted into vector data, it is basically a series of numbers with the number of numbers being equal to the size of the data, vector data. Here it is 1536. Now each vector has a vector ID that is issued by the vector database, which are like the popular ones are like Pinecone, VV8, Quadrant. So this is a vector ID. Now along with the vector data, which is basically this, we also get metadata fields, which are stored along with it and help with many things that we can talk about later once we actually use them in our process. So for this text, it basically is telling where the source URL is, what is the type of page from which we have grabbed this text, section heading, and so on. How does vector data help us with searching for semantic meaning? Basically, if the content is similar, semantically similar, the vectors are very close in multidimensional space. This closeness or their distance is measured using vector search or vector similarity search. Basically, in the RAG process or retrieval-augmented generation process, the retriever is what does this. Let us take an example. When two pieces of content are semantically similar, like automated emails and drip campaigns, the vectors land closer together, even if they do not share the same words. So what happens here is a vector database retrieves the most relevant chunks or text sections based on your query. Then a LLM uses those chunks as context to formulate a response. So it is not guessing; it's generating with reference from your own data. Now let's talk about like some of the powerful marketing use cases that can get unlocked if you can turn your website into a vector database. So there are things that only can be done once you have your marketing website data available in a vector database. So you can offer an AI chat interface for your website. Your support docs, your service pages, and your blogs become instantly queryable in natural language. Users just ask instead of digging through menus or doing string matches through the traditional search. Another powerful use case is content duplication avoider. Now, before writing, you can ask your vector database, hey, have we already published something like this, and avoid repeating topics unnecessarily. The current way you may be doing it is you will go to Google and search for the keyword along with your website and see the articles that are showing. But that is very rigid. It will miss a lot of blocks which may have very similar meaning but have not used that keyword. Another use case is personalized page recommender. So think of it like this. People who cared about this page also found these useful. This is now powered by meaning and not metadata. Another use case is campaign message consistency checker. So compare new campaign messaging with existing content to ensure brand consistency and avoiding conflicting claims. There are many more use cases that can be unlocked, but the first step is to get the vector database for your website. This is what we are going to talk about in this video. Let's move further. So the tool we are going to use to easily convert your website data into a vector database is Vectorize. It's, I would say, the fastest tool to get your website data converted into a vector database without using any code. So as they claim, they connect AI agents to all the data. So basically, what they are basically implying is they'll help you prepare the vector database that then gets connected to the AI agents or LLMs. So they have shown a process. So you plug in your source. It can be product docs or GitHub, anything that support multiple sources. Later on, we'll see how we use our website. Then the process is extraction of the content and chunking, basically breaking your content, and then also extracting metadata and adding it. then basically embedding it, and then finally storing it in a vector database. We are going to talk it in detail. We are going to run through each of the steps. So if we talk about the pricing, it offers a freemium version, which makes it very useful for marketers who want to convert their website data into vector database. So basically, you can connect a source and get the vector data stored in a vector database. It supports up to 1500 plus pages. Later on, if you want to add more content to the vector database, you can go with the paid plan, which is still very cheap compared to some other alternatives like unstructured.io, which is quite costly. So this makes it a very powerful and valuable tool at an affordable price. So once you sign up for your free trial, you will land on the Vectorize dashboard. Let me walk you through that. So there are manager pipelines. Once you set them up, there's build up a new pipeline, which we are going to do. And then there's another setting called create metadata schema. Let's focus on building a new pipeline. Let's click. So we enter into the flow of Vectorize. So the first step in converting your website data into, a vector database is to add the source. So what we are going to do is click select source, and it offers many source options. For us, we are interested in website data. So we have this web crawler option. There is also another option from Firecrawl, which is a popular web crawling tool. But we are going to go with the built-in tool. We are, for the purpose of this demo, we are going to show you the fastest way, and that also shows how good Vectorize is at giving everything to you without relying on other applications. So we click web crawler. So we have to add a seed URL. So let me add the seed URL for our agency website, Smart Scale Marketing. So I add connect. I give it a name, SSM, Smart Scale Marketing. You have to enter the seed URL. Basically from that, it will follow the links and crawl and find all the pages. Now create crawler integration. Click on this. So now add additional URLs you want to be crawled. You can add them. There are certain forbidden paths you can add, like slash admin, some subdirectories you don't want to be crawled. Then there's this throttle option. You don't need to worry about that. They are presets that you can keep as is. Then maximum URLs you want to be crawled. So just keep in mind, on the free trial you get 1500 pages. So you can set it to a certain number, and depth is basically from the seed page how deep the crawler has to look for new pages. So we keep it like this. Okay, the next step is basically extraction and chunking. So extraction, because it is website data, we can go with fast. Vectorize also offers a intelligent AI-based vision model for extraction from sources like PDFs with complex charts and images. But fast would work fine for us for the website data. Then there's the chunking strategy. Let me tell you what chunking is. Chunking is basically breaking off your source steps into smaller pieces that further get turned into vectors. So there are three strategies they offer. Paragraph is, it will try to chunk where a paragraph ends. When it will pull your website content, it will try to chunk where a paragraph ends. So this is something that works well. You can keep trying different chunking strategies. Let's go with paragraph. Chunk size will be 500 tokens. So text is breaking down into tokens. Each chunk is made up of tokens. And chunk overlap, this is basically two chunks sharing some tokens for better context. So this is set. Next is metadata extraction. So here basically, as we talked about earlier, so metadata helps with better query results. So let me toggle it on. Okay, so now we have it on. So we can select one of the preset schemas, or we can generate a schema ourselves. So let me walk you through how you can generate a schema, because if you are, say, vectorizing receipts, invoices, resume, there are some presets. So we will try to create a new schema. So let's click create new schema. So we go to a new tab. It takes us to a new tab, and it will check if we are already logged in, which we are. So we get three options to create a schema. Start from blank. Basically, you fill in every field. Use a template. It's just the list of template options we saw in the drop down. And the third option is to analyze the document or a page that you want the schema for. So let's go with this one. So it's easy to do it, and it will be very helpful. At this point, I'll introduce you to a new tool called Firecrawl. So Firecrawl is a great tool for web crawling, and it should be something that marketers should use a lot. It's very powerful. I'll talk about it in future videos in more detail. So once you sign up, it gives you a generous free account. I'll drop the link in the description below. You come to this playground page. Here, what we have to do is, so we have to come to scrape here, and we have to put in one of the URLs of the type of pages we want to be converted into vector store. So say on our website, predominantly we have blogs like this blog. So I take this blog, enter the URL here, and then we just say run so that it crawls this particular page and pulls out the content. So we run it. So when you will run it, it will be scraping that particular page. So what we are going to use it, if you go back to Vectorize and click on analyze the document, here it says markdown and other file formats. So we are going to look for markdown. So here's our markdown file ready for this URL. Click on download result. We click on down markdown and we go to downloads and we save it. Now in Vectorize, when I have to select the file, I go to that download and select this. So now this markdown file is being uploaded. I'll click analyze. So it will analyze the structure and suggest certain meta fields that it thinks would be valuable with this kind of website pages. So schema generated successfully from a document. So the name is generated schema. So we can SSM block schema. Block schema, okay. So now let's understand it. So there are two modes, form mode and JSON mode. We'll stick to the form mode. And this is the mode Vectorize also recommends. At the document level, so there's meta fields, metadata is at two levels. One is at the document level, the entire website level. And then there is metadata at the chunk level. So at the document level, it is saying the title. It pulls the title of the blog post. And this would be filled later on once data gets extracted. Publication date, author name, author website. So this we don't need. Keywords associated with the blog post. So it will pull it from maybe the meta keyword, but we don't need it. We'll keep it simple. Let's keep these three meta fields. And within that document, there are section meta fields. We can ignore this altogether. I think just to keep it simple. Okay. So let's delete all this. I think this is something we can discuss in more advanced tutorials later on. So now we have these three fields, these three metadata fields. Once we are ready, so we create the schema. Metadata schema created. Now when we go back to our Vectorize and this step, I'll click refresh. So okay, I have the schema. I'll apply the schema to whatever pages that are coming. Now the next step is selecting an embedding model. So embedding is basically the process of converting text into vectors. Like the one we saw, a series of values. So there are many embedding models out there. They're basically AI models. The one we are going to go with is the built-in model from Vectorize. Otherwise, you can also choose one from your side. They support for OpenAI models, Google Vertex AI models, Amazon Bedrock, and more. But we are going to go with the built-in model. So the chunks that will come will turn into vectors. Now those vectors have to be stored somewhere, which is basically the vector database. So here also, there are two options. Vectorize also offers a built-in vector database options to make the process even easy for you. It's fully managed, optimized, no setup required, or you can bring your own vector database. So I'll go with this, but let me just show you what it looks like. So one of the popular vector databases is Pinecone. So if you click on Pinecone, so this is what the Pinecone vector database looks like. You have indexes, there are tables, and within tables, data gets stored. But we are not going to go in detail. It is useful. But if you just want to get started with your website data being turned into vector database, I would suggest to just go with the built-in vector database, which is here. So we have this. Let's recap from here. We selected our website source. We configured it, how many pages we want. We set up the extraction and chunking settings. We created our metadata using one page as sample, and it suggested what metadata would be good. We selected our embedding model, which was the built-in model. Then we selected the vector database. Now we are ready to actually run this process, which is done by clicking on this button, deploy RAG pipeline. So let me do that. Now it will start creating the pipeline, and backfilling process will also start. It is deploying it. You can see this animation. So backfilling process, basically, currently a vector database is currently empty. It will crawl the pages and fill in with that. So here you can see the process. Okay, so this gives a very powerful dashboard to monitor the process. So this process may take some time. So even when the process is running and data is being populated and your vector database is being created, the best feature of Vectorize it actually allows you to test it and talk to your data. So now I can talk here by typing in a message just like you do it in ChatGPT. This is the system prompt. You can tweak it. But just to see how easy it is, what is smart scale marketing? So let's see what it answers. Now the retriever will find the chunks that are best for answering this question. You'll get access to each chunk, chunk 2, chunk 3, what is the relevancy. So you can visualize the chunks that are coming. So at this point, maybe it doesn't have the data to answer it because the process is still running. But once you have it, you can easily query your data from here. Another powerful feature of Vectorize here is it gives you a ready to use API endpoint that you can pass your LLM query. It will run a similarity search against your vector database and give you 5 or whatever the number of relevant chunks that get passed back to the LLM to compose the final reply. So we are going to show how to use it in some upcoming videos. Overall, I think you have got a good sense of how the process from website data to vector database was carried out. And this tool, Vectorize, made it very simple. It offered a built-in embedding model, a crawler, a vector database, chunking strategy. So you didn't have to bring any other tool. The only tool we used was Firecrawl to generate the metadata by giving it one sample. Other than that, I think entire process was run inside Vectorize. The best way to learn this is to actually create an account with Vectorize and try setting up, connect your website and turn it into a vector database and query over chat with it using the sandbox and later on using the API endpoint. So that is it from my side from this video. The goal was to give you one of the fastest ways you can turn your website data into a vector database. And I think you definitely can do this with this tool. Thank you.